One and all, hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe. It's Saturday the 25th of July 2020. We've got a fair bit to get through today, so let's get right to it. So US cases over 78,000 yesterday, that's a new record, and deaths were at 1,141. That's the fourth day in a row we've had deaths over 1,100, and that hasn't happened since late May. In Florida yesterday, 10,250 cases, 12,000, almost 12,500 yesterday. That's the fifth highest on record. Deaths in Florida yesterday, we had 133, and on Thursday 173, again a new record, so not great. Florida ranked number 1 yesterday in the nation for new cases, and Orange County ranked number 4 again. In terms of stats, positive rate for the week so far, 18.6%. That's a slight drop so far on last week, so I'm hoping that with cases kind of not being reported so much over the weekend, that's going to be dropping a little bit further. So that in itself, I guess, is a bit of good news. Hospitalizations are up and deaths are up. It looks like the highest number of deaths are going to be recorded this week since these records began. Looking at the R rate, some good news on the R rate. That's coming down steadily, actually. So we're now below 1. We're at 0.98, and we were at 1 on Thursday, and I think we were at 1.03 on Monday. So good news. I'm not exactly sure why that's happening. Maybe more people are masking up, and maybe there's more social distancing occurring, which is leading to that R rate going down. Florida now ranks number 9, and it was number 14, ranking number 9 now in the nation for R rate. So it's really getting into it. Still 12 states that have got an R rate of less than 1. So hopefully we'll add to those green numbers and get away from the red numbers. There's been no news from Governor DeSantis or Mayor Demings of Orange County over the past couple of days. No news on when the travel ban might be lifted, and no news on the tri-state travel ban. I'm allowed to go back to New York again now because I'm classed as an essential worker, so I filled out their health form. So I guess that's a piece of good news, is that people can travel backwards and forwards into New York at least, but you do have to fill out this paper. But that's something, I guess. But yeah, nothing else on international travel coming into New York or into the US as a whole. Weather-wise, we talked about Tropical Storm Gonzalo on Thursday. That's now not causing a threat to the US mainland, and especially not Florida. It's coming in, and it's going to hit, it looks like it's going to hit Trinidad and Tobago, potentially as a hurricane today, and then dropping back down into a tropical storm tomorrow, and then going across the coast of Venezuela. Into Disney news, a lady was arrested at EPCOT with 2 guns and some marijuana. Not yesterday, it was reported yesterday, but this actually happened like a week ago. But you can't bring firearms into Disney at all. Rise of the Resistance has a little bit of a change to the way that boarding groups are scheduled now. Instead of it being 3 times a day, it's now 2 times a day. Disney park availability looking very, very good for theme park tickets guests and resort guests. After tomorrow, it's completely green, everything's available. For AP holders, not such a great story. July's nearly done again after Disney gave us more tickets. July's nearly done. There is some availability in August, but it's not fantastic. And then September's looking much better, apart from the long weekend of September the 7th, which is Memorial Day, and then all the weekend days are looking busier than usual now, but there is a lot of green still in September. Everything else apart from those I've just said is all available up to September the 26th of 2021. Into Universal Studios, bad news from Universal is that they've cancelled Halloween Horror Nights 2020, the 30th anniversary. I'm a little bit surprised, given that they were making these arrangements and they were doing stuff in the park. The Tribute Store and the blacked out areas near Fear Factor, I thought was going to be the start of them making the arrangements for Halloween Horror Nights. They've obviously taken the decision that that's not going to happen. They've said it's down to health and safety, basically. They're going to concentrate on daytime stuff and making sure that's working properly. And I guess, looking at that, that's really good news. If they're concentrating on what they're doing right now, and they were making a really good fist of it when we were there last weekend. So I guess congrats on that to Universal. Disappointed because I love Halloween Horror Nights, but health and safety comes first. So hopefully they'll be back in 2021 and everything will be back to normal. That's it for the headlines today. We'll be going actually on the Florida Wildlife, the EPCOT Wildlife Drive this afternoon. So that's an 11-mile drive-in tour of wildlife in Apopka around the lake. We see all sorts of stuff there. You can see alligators and lots of different birds, maybe some deer. So we'll see what's going on there, and I'll put that video up during the week. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, hit that notification bell, press all. You'll get the news 3 days a week, and you'll get other stuff sporadically in between those 3 days. If you like the video, please give it the like. Algorithm likes the likes, and if you think somebody else might benefit from viewing this video, please do share it with them. Okay, let's get the news. The number of new cases in America yesterday was 78,009. That's a new record. The 7-day average is fairly flat. The total number of deaths in the US yesterday was 1,141. That's the 4th day in a row over 1,100, and that hasn't happened since late May. In Florida, we had 10,249 cases on Thursday and 12,444 cases yesterday. That's deaths in Florida were 133 yesterday and 173 on Thursday, and that was a new record. Florida ranked number 1 again in the nation for new cases yesterday, almost 2,000 above the next state, which is California. In Florida, Orange County ranked number 4 behind the usual suspects of Miami-Dade, Broward and Palm Beach. Looking at the stats, the positive rate for the week so far is 18.6%, which is lower than the previous 3 weeks. Hospitalizations this week should be lower than last week, but deaths are on course to be the highest recorded, with 3 days of the week still to go. The number of ICU beds available across Florida is 1,017 adult and 254 pediatric, for a total of 1,271. That's almost 100 more than on Thursday. The effective reproduction rate in Florida has fallen below 1 for the first time since early May. We're now at 0.98. There are still 12 states with an R rate of less than 1. Florida now ranks number 9 from 14 on Thursday. The number of states where you now have to wear a mask in public has risen by 1 to 31. Florida was not that state. Tropical Storm Gonzalo is now moving towards Trinidad and Tobago. It's forecast to become a hurricane before dropping back down to a tropical storm early on Sunday morning. These are the computer models for the path of Gonzalo. Most have them sitting off the coast of Venezuela before hitting Central America, and there doesn't look to be any threat to the US mainland at the moment. News from Disney, and a woman was arrested at EPCOT for having 2 guns in her bag along with some marijuana. This happened on July the 18th, 3 days after EPCOT reopened, but was only reported yesterday. Disney have made a minor change to the way people will be able to get boarding groups for Rise of the Resistance in Hollywood studios. Instead of being able to join groups at 10 AM, 1 PM and 4 PM each day, that will now change to 10 AM and 2 PM each day. Disney stated that these 2 opportunities are intended to give guests more flexibility in their planning and are also a way to further support physical distancing. Moving on to Disney's park availability calendar and for theme park tickets guests. And after today and tomorrow, where Disney's Hollywood Studios isn't available, every park will be available right up to September the 26th, 2021. That's exactly the same story for guests staying at Disney resorts. From July 27th, all parks are available. For annual pass holders, there's not much availability left in July, with the 26th through 28th completely sold out. August is filling up for annual pass holders, with the 7th, 9th, 10th and 11th already completely booked, and only the 25th and 26th where all parks are available. All weekends in September for annual pass holders are now filling up too, along with the Friday and Monday of the long weekend for Memorial Day. In Universal Studios, we thought they were making preparations for Halloween Horror Nights, but they've now cancelled this event. They've said that they will be focusing exclusively on operating theme parks for daytime guests, using the enhanced health and safety procedures already in place. So again, not such a big op-ed today. I'm kind of moving away from that kind of stuff. Looking at the caseload, I thought we were going to get back under 10,000 and stay there, and maybe decrease and get back to some sense of normality. Doesn't look like it at all, does it? Up past 10,000 again on Thursday, and 12,000 and a half almost yesterday. Looking at the stats though, it does look like our positivity rate is going down very slightly, but anything that goes down is better than going up in my book. And that R rate coming down to less than 1 now, I don't know exactly what that means in terms of how many people now are going to catch it from other people. But obviously if the R rate goes down, then the chances of getting it from somebody else, which is where you're going to get it from, usually is going to go down. So hopefully that R rate now is the bow wave of getting less cases, less positivity, and so on until we get down to some normality. And don't ask me where normality is. I don't know anymore. I mean, it seems like in Florida 10,000 cases a day is normality. So, and if it gets down to like 6,000, people get the flags out and start thinking it's all okay again, and it's not. But it's not just Florida, obviously. Florida are now ranking number 9 for R rate, which is fantastic news for us. But it means that there are 41 states that have a lot to get through. They're still in the red when it comes to the R rate, so they all need to get back to 1 maximum and get down below it. Then we can all start maybe thinking, okay, this is getting better now. 78,000 cases across the US yesterday, and it still keeps going up. So we're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination. I don't believe there's going to be any border opening while this is going on, none whatsoever. I don't think any air bridges are going to be built or used. I just can't see it happening. Why would it happen? Where would it happen? Because you can move freely from state to state generally, right? You're not going to get held up. No police are going to stop you. Nobody's going to come and knock on your door. It's not like Canada, where you can get a big fine for doing that, and they will check up on you. I believe they will check up on you as well in the UK. It's not like that here. So while we can talk about air bridges, I think it's just pie in the sky right now. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's it for today. I'll be back on Monday with more news. The video from this afternoon's trip up to the EPCOT Wildlife Drive, I'll put that up probably on Tuesday. So until then, have a great weekend, have a great rest of your weekend, stay safe, take care, cheers for now, bye bye.